Hello, thank you for clicking on my video and spending a little bit of your day with me. My name is Lucy from Lucy's Library and Pre-Love Pages. As always, I would appreciate it if you could leave a like or a comment on this video and subscribe to my channel or follow me on any of my social medias. Today I'm going to talk all about the newest book in the Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi, which is called Watch Me. So, this book takes place 10 years after the Shatter Me series ends. So, let me just read the back of this book. In my dreams, I am safe. I have a strong hand to hold, a door to lock against the dark, a trusted ear into which I whisper my fears. In my dreams, I am patient and kind. I have room in my heart for more pain than my own. I am not afraid to smile at strangers. I have never witnessed death. And then the blurb is on the inside, because it's a hardback. James Anderson had a plan, or half of one. All that matters is he managed to do what his older brother, the famous Aaron Warner Anderson, never did: infiltrate Ark Island, the last refuge in the re-establishment. No outsider has breached the stronghold of the authoritarian regime, but James is in a prison cell, sure, but as far as James is concerned, a win is a win. It's been 10 years since the fall of the re-establishment, when the notorious duo Juliet Ferrers and Aaron Warner Anderson led a worldwide rebellion and established the new Republic of the West. But the re-establishment is ready to make a devastating move, and they have the perfect assassin for the job. Rosabelle Wolfe had a plan. She always has a plan. On Ark Island, where constant surveillance is packaged as security, even emotions must be experienced with caution, and when she is given an order to kill, she never hesitates. Brimming with pulse-pounding action and torturous romance, Watch Me is the first book in a new series set in the #1 best-selling Shatter Me universe that demands an answer to the desperate question: who are we when no one is watching? Now, I just want to talk about how beautiful this cover is. This might be the most beautiful book on my shelf. Let me just look, just appreciate the beautiful artwork on there. It's so shiny, and we've got the back. Look at it glistening. Oh, isn't it just gorgeous? I'm gonna show you close up as well. Okay, so this is the book close up. When we open it, you can see this beautiful pink, like, sky artwork. It's gorgeous. And just look at that inside. It says special first edition. It's so sparkly and beautiful. It's just gorgeous. We've got a gummy bear here on the page. And then the back, just beautiful. Okay, so the Shatter Me series is a 5-star series for me, and I'm so excited to get stuck into this new book. So while it's nice and sunny this week, I'm going to spend a few hours in the garden and I'm going to read it and take you on the journey with me, and I can't be more excited to get started, so let's get going. Okay, so I'm in the garden. I started reading Watch Me yesterday, and I'm now on, I believe, page 138. So I'm just under halfway through. See my bookmark in there. And so far, I am loving it. I just read it for a couple of hours yesterday in the garden, and I could not put it down. I'm absolutely loving Rosabelle, the new character. I think she's really cool. We're just now getting into the meat of the story, I think, the meat of the plot. There's been quite a lot of time, you know, reintroducing us to the world that they're in, and a lot of catching up to do, because it's been quite a big time jump between the last novella in the Shatter Me series and Watch Me. I absolutely love James. He's 21 in this book. So like I say, there has been quite a big time jump. and just the little tiny little snippets and nuggets of information about what's happened in that time jump. Just little things like he has a really good relationship with Kenji. I'm kind of hoping that we maybe get like a little novella from Kenji's POV, talking about the time in between the wedding and this book, just so we can kind of see that relationship that James has mentioned, because I think that's really interesting. I can't get enough of this series, and Kenji, it's just brilliant. This does seem a little bit more adult than the rest of the Shatter Me series. It's not, there's been nothing explicit, but there's just a little bit more swearing and innuendos and stuff like that. So I would call the Shatter Me series YA, but this maybe older YA. Not sure, maybe adult. I've got quite a lot left to read. But for now, yeah, it's a little bit more adult than the rest of the series, but that doesn't bother me at all. I think James's character is really, really good. There's been such a big development from the first lot of books, because I'm not sure how old he was at the wedding, but I know that in the first book he was like in the orphanage, like a child, and now he's 21, so his character has obviously changed quite a lot, and I'm really loving it. So it's a lovely sunny day. I'm going to try and get another big chunk of this read. Okay, so I've just finished reading chapter 18, and we've now gone back to the North America Republic part. Oops, that sounds really silly. I can't remember exactly where they're from, but where Juliet, Warner, Adam and Kenji are. We're finally back there. We've left Ark Island now. And it's so great being able to read about Kenji again and Adam. Warner and Juliet aren't here yet, but I think that's about to change very soon. Adam is like everyone's dad now because he has 2 kids, so in this chapter like they were all rooting through the bag and eating like apple slices and cartons of juice and stuff, which is really cute because I think Adam needed something to his character, you know, because people they love to hate him, so I think it's really cute that he's like everyone's little dad now. I think that's really lovely, and Kenji straight away has been like hitting with the comedy, so that's really exciting, and I can't wait to get cracking on reading more. So I've been reading for a couple more hours. I'm on page 288, so I've got just less than 70 pages left to go. I'm thoroughly enjoying this book so far. I think it's going to be a 5-star read for me. I was going to originally not say any spoilers and not go into the story too much, but I'm so excited because Juliet is pregnant. That's just, I made an audible squeal when I read that. So that's really exciting. I just wanted to read out this line on page 282 that it made my heart melt. So it says, "I feel liquid when I look at him for long enough, like I might come loose from my bones. I like it. I like this silence. I feel safe in this silence." So that was Rosabelle talking about James. They're still not fully seeing eye to eye, but they are noticing each other a lot more. I think they're going to be together by the end of this book. I'm hoping that they're together by the end of this book, and I'm rooting for them. I think they're maybe going to be one of my favourite couples in the Shatter Me series now. We also found out earlier on in the book that Brendan and Winston aren't together anymore, which is really sad. It was because of the age difference. Brendan wanted to go off and do young people things, Kenji said. And then speaking of Kenji, him and Nazira aren't together anymore, but I'm not sure. I think something may be rekindled there. That's my little inkling, because he was very adamant that it was a breakup, but everyone else seemed to chime in and say, well, you know, she just had to go back and look after her people, and it was never explicitly said that it's a breakup. And she's back in town in this part in the story. So that's my prediction. I think Kenji and Nazira are going to get back together. Maybe not by the end of this book, maybe in a future book if the series continues, but I'm really excited to see where it goes. Okay, so I've got my cocktail and I've just gone and made some dinner. So I've got this Indian salad from Aldi, and I've just air fried some chicken sausages, so I've just put one of them chopped up on there. So I'm going to eat this and then I'm going to get back to reading. Okay, so I have 30 pages left at this moment in time. I've been outside all day, so excuse the redness on my face and chest. I came in because my boyfriend came home and we had some jacket potatoes for tea, so I'm going to read the rest of this now and then I'll give you my full review. Okay, so it's a new day and I'm now going to review Watch Me. So I gave this book 4.5 stars. I did think it was going to be a 5-star read for me and I did thoroughly enjoy the book. However, I think yesterday when I was about halfway through and I was talking about my kind of theories on the book, I was a bit naive and was like, oh yeah, like James and Rosabelle are going to get together in the end, Kenji's going to get back with Nazira, but actually the book kind of finishes right in the middle of the action, ready for the next book in the series, which I'm so excited for. Like, I cannot wait to read more of this story. I love the whole universe that the Shatter Me series is based in, and I knew that this book would be no exception to that, so I cannot wait. However, I'm going to have to, because I do not know when the next one's going to be out, and because this has just come out, I'm going to assume it's going to be quite a wait. The romance plots don't get wrapped up in this book, however, there is a romance story in there, and I think it's pretty obvious that James and Rosabelle are going to get together, but we don't know, do we, until the next book in the series comes out. Now, I did mention that I thought Kenji and Nazira were going to get back together at some point, maybe not in this book. Definitely not in this book, because that mention of Nazira being, like, in town or whatever is the last mention of her in this book. We don't hear from her, we don't see her in the story, so that's, I'm assuming, going to be a plot line in a future book or novella. So the book wasn't quite what I was expecting. So when I had said it was the start of day 2 of reading and I think I'm just getting into the meat of the story now, I was expecting a lot of the story to be James and Rosabelle together travelling back to the New Republic, but it kind of just skipped that whole journey and it was just they're there now. So I thought that we were going to have a lot more of those two together, and then arriving at the New Republic was going to be kind of the end of the book, but it wasn't. It quickly got to there where we had Juliet and Aaron Warner and Kenji, and they were all in the story then going forward. Obviously, none of the chapters were from their POV, so they weren't the main characters, but they were definitely there as part of the ensemble for the book, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was going to mostly be about James and Rosabelle doing their journey, and, you know, maybe there'd be some new characters, some obstacles on the way, and then near the end of the book they would arrive and it would kind of be like cameos from the characters that we knew, but it wasn't. There was a lot more of the existing cast of characters than I was expecting, so that was a really pleasant surprise. Like I mentioned earlier, we find out that Juliet is pregnant, which is so exciting, but she has been having lots of complications with her pregnancy. So a lot of the characters are a little bit worried, looking after her. We didn't see any progression on the baby being born in this book. Again, I'm hoping that the story continues. It's going to be in the next book in the series, which is going to be really exciting. I don't know what a baby would be like from Juliet and Aaron Warner. I think it'd be really interesting, and if the powers that they have are genetic, I've no idea, so I think that would be really, really interesting. But yeah, so overall I gave this book 4.5 stars. I to make it up to that 5-star mark, I just wanted a little bit more of a romance tease, I think. Even though I really enjoyed the action, it kind of left on a cliffhanger, and I know it's to get you excited for the next book, but I love a story to be wrapped up by the end of it, and I'm just a bit impatient, so that's the only reason why I've knocked it down a little bit. But overall, if you're a fan of the Shatter Me series, you definitely want to read this. I mean, I might be a little bit biased because the Shatter Me series is a 5-star series for me. Not every book was a 5-star, but there wasn't a book lower than a 4 for me, so it's my favourite book series, I think. But that amount of books all hitting so hard, I had to say it's a 5-star series, and this is no exception to that. The quality holds up. The time it's taken for Tahereh Mafi to write it, it doesn't matter. Like, we're right back in that universe, right where she left off in terms of like the writing and everything like that. Like I said, it is a little bit more adult. It's still a young adult book, but there's a bit more swearing and stuff in it than a lot of the other books in the series, so that's maybe something to keep in mind. But other than that, like, it doesn't feel like there's that much of a difference in the writing. It does feel like we're straight back in that universe, and I am so excited to see more of this, so I cannot wait for the rest of the series. So that's all from me. That was my full review and reading vlog of Watch Me, the newest book in the Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi. I'm so excited to see where the series goes, and I can't wait to read more from that universe because it's my favourite book universe that I think I've read. So thank you for watching. Like always, I would really appreciate it if you like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. That's always really appreciated, especially when trying to start off. And again, if you did watch this video, thank you so much just for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!